All right. And we are recording live. I have to always check to make sure the damn thing is on, honey. Because, lately, honey, I have not been paying attention. Hello there, College Park. College Park, and all of the neighbors and those who are across the country. Okay, we got a snafu. Okay, I don't know what that is, child, but all right. I want to, again, I'm going to put that out there. City Council, City Manager, who is this? I think that's going to go up under Michael Hicks as well. We need to find out what it is that we got to do about this Wi-Fi in this city. What's going on here, bud? Okay, shit. Okay, that was not the bus stop. The bus stop is back this way, child. Anywho, all right. Oh, College Park is where it all goes down. Live, work, play in every part of town. Yes, College Park is Georgia's front door. College Park, we've got so much in store. Ward 1 is our history, and Ward 2 is our hospitality. Ward 3, cruising down Godby, and Ward 4 is our legacy. College Park is where it all goes down. Live, work, play in every part of town. College Park is Georgia's front door. College Park, we've got so much in store. Ooh. What's going on, people? What's going on? What is your tea? Well, darling, I titled today, it's the day after court, okay? And so as we were all trying to put our worlds back together, we done got over the court thing or whatever, the business of College Park still is moving forward, okay? And that there, I think, is one of the things that I want to discuss on this particular Chronicle, honey, going into the donut factory right about now, is that when all this is done and all this is over, and all this is said and carried on, I'm going to ask this question one more time. Are we able to still be neighborly? Are we going to be able to still hold our heads up high? Are we going to be able to exchange kind words with one another sincerely and not that fake shit, of trying to be cordial or trying to WWJD, what would Jesus do? Those of y'all who trying to be Christian, all my saints, my ain'ts and my can'ts, honey. Okay. What is that going to look like for us, honey? That there becomes the major question. Because here it is, the day after court, okay? How many of us are able to still go over at, let me back this up just a little bit. Because yesterday I sent this to the reporter, Miss Vance. I'm about to tear up her first name. Hello. Like we got new neighbors moving in over here on East Main Street, y'all. I sent this to her when we were leaving the courthouse. Okay, right up there. Do you know that it is still a us against them mentality to where after everything was said and done, we are all outside the courtroom and this, that, and the other? Do you know that the opposing team, honey, walked right on by? Nobody wanted to come and say hello. Nobody wanted to say, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming out. We had none of that. There was no court or nothing, okay? I think the only person who ended up shaking hands were the attorneys, okay? And I thought that was rather interesting, okay? It's the day after. What are we going to do to move on and move this city forward, honey? Are we going to be neighborly? Or are we going to harbor all kinds of ill will and ill feelings because we are in our feelings, basically? You know what I'm saying? I even have to put myself on examination because I'm like, you know what? As a Pisces, as a Pisces, honey, I know that, I'm very, spiritually in tune. I'm somewhat emphatic and I can sense energy and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, I know when I get to a point where I am done, okay, and that takes a long time. It takes a real long time before I get to a point where I am absolutely done. But when I get to that point and I say I'm not fucking with nothing, baby, do know that you have really, really, really hit rock bottom. You have reached the depths of hell, and there's no return, okay? Because it takes me a long time to get there. A real long time, okay? Now, having said all that, I have to put myself into examination and make sure that I am someone who is going to be a man of my word and want to make sure that I'm not holding grudges, that I'm not, harboring ill will or whatever. Because I don't want nothing bad to happen to these folks or nothing like that. But I do know this, and I'm going to say this out loud. When you show me your character, and your character is one that is bullshit, I don't want to fuck with you. Okay? Now, I could be neighborly. I could be all of those particular things. But as far as trying to establish something, I'm not going to do it. Okay? Because of your character. Right? Now, I have had some very questionable moments with, very questionable moments. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it there. Okay, and it now has me examining the whole process. Period. Because mind you, can we really look at this? Do you realize that most of us did not know each other this time last year, or were just getting to know one another? You know what I'm saying? Throughout 2023. Most of us were just getting to know one another. And quiet as it's kept, we still don't know each other. Okay? We still do not really know each other. Why? Because we're not necessarily neighbors or neighborly. What we have been is cordial. We have been cordial with one another. We have set up there, we high-five and carrying on. Kind of like how we would, when you go out to a club and you got your bar friends, y'all only hang out at the bar. You only know each other at the bar. The conversation that you have is weather, is, what's going on in the world, who going to the after party, that kind of shit. It's nothing full of substance, right? And I think a lot of us are in that particular space with one another here in College Park. I was asked of the reporter yesterday, what do I think needs to happen that can bring College Park, into the unified space that we keep saying that we want and need and carrying on, right? The first thing I said was that a lot of those who are with United College Park and that particular syndicate, I call it a syndicate, they need to come across the goddamn railroad tracks. They need to come down to Old National. They need to go into the other wards, okay, and find out how the other people are living, because there is that, okay? Now, having said all that, that there was good for the goose is good for the gander, okay? Ward 2, Ward 3, Ward 4 need to come over to Ward 1 and see how they live. But I'm going to tell you where that's going to have a pushback. Because most of them will already say, well, I come over to Ward 1 because I'm always going over to City Hall, or every time something's going on, we always coming over to the, I got to get this damn wheel alignment. God help me, I got to get this alignment. I'm going to do that this weekend, y'all, I promise, because I'm sick of this rocket shit. Oh, yes, honey, we got to get this alignment. Something horrible. They say, well, every time something goes on, it's in Ward 1. It's over at the Badger Stadium, or it's over at the damn, it's at City Hall, or it's at the College Park Auditorium. So they always get folks to come over to Ward 1, okay? Now, when stuff is going on in Ward 3, we get a limited amount of people that come over to the Tracy Wyatt Center. Okay? That's Ward 3. That's Garvey Road. It's a limited amount of people that come over there. And the ones who will are those who frequent the place and those who understand where they're going. You know what I'm saying? But we have got to do better with how to be neighborly. And I guess that becomes the bigger question. Okay? I think that there becomes almost a damn science experiment. What does it take to be neighborly? What does it take to be neighborly? Because I'm going to tell you something. When we did the breast cancer walk last Saturday, the kind of noise that we have made out there, honey, the kids going up and down the street, they hollering and this, that, and the other, you know, doing their little TikToks and this, that, and the third. I call it the TikToks for the Tatas, honey, okay? Okay, doing all of that, nobody came outside on their porches or whatever. No one came out. Well, I don't say no one. I think we counted about maybe 5 people that may have come out and waved and did all this and supported what was going on. Okay? Nobody came outside. Now, they may have peeked through their little windows and shit, you know, and carrying on, but nobody came outside to see what the ruckus was about. Nobody, when you saw the pink shirts, nobody came out and said, hey, what's going on? Nobody did that. You know? Very interesting, I said. I said, oh, wow. I thought that to be, you know, something that we all looked at and was like, oh, wow. You know, and here we are. We're right here. Okay? And I thought that to be very interesting. Okay? Very, 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 very interesting. Okay? Come on, baby. I'm going to let you in. Come on now, because I'm going to let you in. Oh, okay. She's going to let me in. Good. So I'm wondering, what is it going to take for us to be neighborly to one another without holding grudges and carrying on? Because, see, here's where this is. Are we so stuck in our political beliefs to where that comes to shape our character? You know what I mean? Are we so hell-bent on making sure that our political beliefs are that way or are at the forefront to where we don't know how to talk? Okay? Now, let me be crystal clear and transparent right here. Mose James has offered me to come and sit down and have a drink with him on his porch, and I told him I would come over there, right? I told him on several occasions, I said, oh, John, we come down and have a cocktail, because I really believe that talking outside of what the fuck is going on in the city, I believe that bolder friendships and carrying on, or better acquaintanships can be established, okay? Long as we're not talking politics, because he and I are able to sit down and say, okay, you know what, that's bullshit. You know, he'll call my, because he don't believe me, he'll say I'm full of shit and I'm bullshit, all that bullshit. And I would throw it right back at him, okay? I would throw it right back at him. I would tell you the goddamn lie, okay? And that there is us learning to learn one another, honey, because we still don't know each other. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know each other. I can't tell you his favorite color or nothing like that. And, you know, I don't know what his favorite drink is. I don't even know what his favorite food is. But that's because we have not taken the time to learn one another. And I'm wondering, are we able to do that with each other? Or are we hell-bent on what we want the city to look like, to where our common thread is because of what we want the city to look like, and that's all we talk about is College Park? Huh? Listen, my girls, honey, Miss Z and Miss Karen, honey, we'll get together, child. We would go out just because we're trying to get out into the neighborhood. We're trying to get out and see some shit. We're trying to go and experience the city. You know what I'm saying? Going to different eateries, going to different places to get out and say, hey, what's going on in the world? And yeah, we still talk about College Park, you know, but that's not the forefront. You know, we'll come over here to Lee and White and carrying on over here in this particular district and get ideas of what we can bring back to College Park or whatever. We're like, you know what? This is something that we should have down here. We should do this over there. You know what I'm saying? And then yet we can still sit down and kiki and carrying on. We experience new things, child. We done found this little place, this little distillery and carrying on. And honey, the girls caught me flirting. They caught me flirting with this dude. Okay. And so, and then being my sisters, they tried to encourage the flirt, right? Okay, baby, you got to move, baby. You got to drive, sugar. You got to drive. Okay, because I'm on your ass and you didn't invite me. Drive your damn car, girl. Okay, I'll tell you what, let me go around you because I think you don't want to drive. That's what that is. Okay. So they caught me flirting and carrying on, and it was a fun time, you know, but something we could sit back and say, girl, that was a holler. Okay. Or we took pictures and carrying on. Being, you know, we able to establish our inner use and carrying on just to be silly and having a kiki. You know, how many of us can get together to have a good kiki without it having a fucking ulterior motive? That there is the thing that I would love for us to understand with one another. Here we are the day after. And the business of College Park is still going on. Whether we agree or disagree, we still have to go on with this. And we still have to be neighborly. We still are going to the stores. We still have to go and see what's going on in the city and carrying on. There's still projects that need to be done. And yet, I want to know if we are able to be neighborly. If we are able to put our differences aside and say, you know what, this here is where this has got to be. Okay? I may disagree with you here, but I still think you're a cool person or this, that, and the other. Are we able to say that so-and-so is a cool person? Wow. Okay. Are we able to say that? Or has their character been defined by the ridiculousness that's been going on? The wishy-washiness, the flip-floppiness. Okay? Have we been defined by all of that? Okay, their characters. Have their characters been defined by that? That becomes the question to be asked. And if so, if you feel as though that you can't, then what are you going to do, or what are we going to do? Let me make that plural and include myself. What are we going to do to change that trajectory? Because this particular handful of people are not the only people in College Park. You understand? What can we do to open up that floodgate to where we can engage other people? Oh, damn it, you know what? I just thought about something, and I'm late. It just hit me just now. Oh, do y'all remember when we had the Black Expo, you know, with the black businesses that the law firm had did right there on Main Street? Damn it, I don't even know. How did I let that slip my mind? I met one of the new neighbors, honey, the Asian lady, and I can't call her name right now. She and her husband is a massage therapist, I believe. And he was doing, oh, damn it. I was supposed to be doing that, and you see, I'm just not thinking about it, right? Child, I done missed an opportunity. But nonetheless, she had reached out to me. I got to go look over my text messages, so I got to go find that. And I got to go find his card, because I got his card. She gave me his card, girl. Now, goddammit, you knew this goddamn shit was ending over. Go bogart your way in front of me. Anywho. A wonderful young lady. She a brand new resident of College Park. And because of that, I can't talk right now, honey. I'm doing my line. And because of that, you know, I was telling her about College Park Citizens Association and carrying on. She was explaining to me about her husband and what he likes to do, you know, what he does with his massage therapy. He does herbs and carried on. It was, oh my God, it was something that I really needed. Okay. And so, okay, yes. And I missed an opportunity. But nonetheless, how do we get out there and get with some of the new residents of College Park? Okay. How do we go and find out who all our new residents are, you know? Do we get with our real estate agents and, you know, those who sold the houses, but who are our new neighbors, you know? So that we can we can forge alliances and carrying on. And be like, hey, let's get to find out who you are. What is it that you do? What are your talents? What are some of the things that you want to do and see, about the city? Not necessarily get into the politics of it, but I'm sure everybody will have something to say, and they introduce them to how they can participate and letting their voices be heard. And this, that, and the other, and find out if they want to be heard. Because, we do have folks who are like, hey, never mind, I don't want to be bothered, and things of that nature. Here's something I just found out last night. Kathleen McQueen has been in my spirit, honey. Because I'm like, I have not heard from Miss Kathleen, honey. Now, one thing I do know, honey, Kathleen, when it comes down to this city, whether we agree or not, honey, that girl will have an opinion, okay? But I just found out that she moved back to Detroit. I'm told that she left and moved back to Detroit. Okay? So we lost someone, all right? And it's interesting because I wanted to talk with her. I wanted to ask her a couple of questions that was brought to my attention, supposedly, from a conversation that was supposedly had during the election season when I was running. And I wanted to ask her a couple of questions about something that supposedly she had said. But nonetheless, she's no longer here. We've lost a few residents, So now those houses have been sold. So, we got to look to see who are those neighbors, and give them a broad appeal. And what I mean by a broad appeal is that I don't want everybody to go through this whole thing thinking that what everybody has to offer is the only thing that's there, okay? Because we know different perspectives are different perspectives, and it get convoluted, okay? It get heavily convoluted, okay? When we allow or don't allow a plethora of ideas to take place. So that's what I'm asking y'all. How can we make this look good? How can we become a little bit more neighborly? We always talk about who gets invited to the cookout, right? And carrying on. Do we invite these folks to the cookout? Okay, and if we do invite them, are we gonna get mad if they show up? That part. Do we get mad if they show up at the cookout? Okay. That's the whole big thing. That's the whole big thing. And is the cookout going to be the cookout and not some recruiting party? You know what I mean? We're trying to be neighborly. We're not trying to recruit you into shit. We're just trying to make sure, we're just having a good time. You are a resident of the city, honey. We want to celebrate you, okay? Give you the 411 of what's going on. Listen, if you want the best this, go here. Okay, if you want to party, go there. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the stuff that we need to consider. And then, when we talking about going to party or whatever, what are some of the hot spots in the city of College Park where we can go and say, let's go have a beer, let's go party? Do we have that neighborhood bar? Huh? Do we have that neighborhood bar? Okay. Or restaurant? Y'all probably gonna say the brake pad. I'm sure most of y'all are probably gonna say the brake pad. Okay. But what is the neighborhood bar where we could just go and chill? Okay. Not necessarily have, elaborate dinner or whatever. Just some ways where, I don't feel like going to the house right now. I just want to go. I just want to be out, not necessarily go out and paint the town. I just want to go out, patronize a business or whatever, be close to home, but I don't have to burn up no parking or whatever, and just have a good time in my neighborhood. What do we have? What is that for us? Are we able to say that? Okay. If you're not going anyplace else, if you're not going outside of your comfort zone, do you know all of College Park? Do you know all of College Park to Oh, not today, baby. I don't today, honey. Okay, now you know what? He came right here to my window, child. Because he didn't stop at these other cars. He came right here to my window. So be that as it may. And today ain't the day. Okay? I usually do from time to time. Y'all see me. But today ain't the day. Nonetheless, we want to become neighborly again. I just want to see what that's going to look like for us. I want to see what it's going to look like for us. Or has the damage been done? Because, in certain cases, I think the damage has been done. In certain cases, I think we could still be a community, but I think that a lot of us are probably going to look around and say, you know what, I can't fuck with you like that. And it's okay. And to know that that's okay. The other part of that is trying to move on. How do we now get into these other spaces? Because when this is all said and done, child, we still got to make some sense of everything else, right? We still got to make sense of everything else. We still got to make sense of this city. We still got to make sense of, I'm going to see you. We're going to bump into each other somewhere at some city activity. We're going to bump into each other. So how do we make this known? But yet at the same time, how do we still remain cordial? Because one of the things I do not like doing, and that there is looking through people as if they are glass. You know what I'm saying? We can still say hi and care. No, ain't that what we were taught? Your mom and daddy taught you that. When you walk into a room and you say hi to everybody, everybody deserves recognition and acknowledgement. And I'm telling y'all, coming out of that courtroom, I was looking forward to saying hi to some of the people, so we could sit down and kiki for a half a second, even though we were on opposing sides. It's good to see folks out. It's good to say, hey, okay, I see you here. Hey, what's going on? How the baby's doing? So that we can say, listen, life still goes on, right? But we have got to get into, honey, you're going to have to get out of this street, baby. These folks walking in on these lines, honey, asking folks for money and things, and honey, this traffic is moving just a little bit too that way. You're going to get hit. We still got to be neighborly. We still have to be neighborly, and I need to find out what that's going to look like. I'm even challenging myself. I'm challenging myself because I don't want my anger and my frustration over the fuckery and the bullshit to permeate into my spirit. Okay? I don't want it to permeate. At the very same time, though, I don't want to deal with nobody fake. If you don't want to fuck with me, don't fuck with me, and let it be known that you ain't fucking with me no more. It could be high and by. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time of high and by, don't act like you don't know me, and don't act like you can't acknowledge me. Now that is where it becomes disrespectful. And I know that's a fine line. Let me be honest. That there is a real fine line. Okay? It's a real fine line. Okay? But at the same time of it being a fine line, all of us know how to do it because all of us got jobs. We know how when we go into work, that one coworker you don't like working with, but what do? Honey, I'm here to do my job. I'm not here to make no goddamn friends. Ain't that what we say? Okay? And you go do your work. Hey, good morning. Okay? Get home safely. Just the general stuff that we do just to acknowledge you are human. I know you got a family. Somebody loves you because you got other people that care about you. I don't have to be one of the ones that love you like that. And since I'm on the word love, let me understand and help y'all with something. Okay? Because here's the whole team. For those of y'all who want to sit up there and want to do a WWJD, what would Jesus do? Y'all have to remember that Jesus also flipped over motherfucking tables, and he also said, honey, I came and I knocked, and you didn't answer. So if you didn't answer, damn it, I am to get up, turn around, wipe the dust from my feet, and gone about my goddamn business. I'm not supposed to double back to make sure and this, that, and the other. If you don't want to fuck with me, fine. You ain't got to. And that there is part of love too. I love myself enough not to sit down and to placate to bullshit because you don't want to do this, or I'm so busy trying to make sure that I'm friendly or whatever, and I'm not seen in a bad light. Fuck that. And that's, oh my God, as a Pisces, honey, as someone who is very sensitive to the world, and really, that's also part of me being an entertainer, because entertainers, we love to make sure folks like us and love us, and we want to make sure, and this, that, and other. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I want to make sure that the world is together, honey. But when the world don't give a fuck about me, honey, I got to return that same energy, but I got to return it in love. I can't return it in negativity, because that does nothing. It does not grow. If I return that, I don't fuck with you, but in love, because in love, if something happened to your house or your children, girl, I know damn, don't you do that. I would want to say that I'm the person that would go in my closet, honey, and will pull out something or make a donation to make sure that you and your family are together, because nobody wants to see you on hard times. Now, if I don't give a fuck about you, then honey, that means bitch, if you was on fire, I'm not gonna spit on you. Okay? And if I get to that point about you, honey, then okay. If that means I'm a burn in hell, well, honey, I'm gonna make sure I got on gasoline jaws with that one, because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. If I get to that point, okay? And the sad thing is there should never be a time where I should, but I have. Okay? I have. And quiet as it's kept, no, it ain't quiet. That's not quiet at all. What it is that I'm cool with it. I made peace with it, and I'm all right. Yes, I am. I am all right with that. Because I made peace. Okay? And that there is what everybody needs. Once you made peace with it, honey, then okay. So that I'm going to ask y'all that College Park, when it comes down to us being neighborly, okay, can we survive this again? Huh? Can we? Can we survive this? It's the day after the court. And now y'all know we got to go through this again when we get the verdict, okay? But right now, it's the day after. And the business of College Park is still going on, and everything is still everything. But are we able to still be neighborly? Are we able to still walk through the streets or go up to pay a bill or go to the restaurants without it being a snicker, without it being a turn up lip, without it being anything? Are we still able to do that successfully and still be committed and true to ourselves without being fake and phony and all this other jazz? That's a fine line to tote, but I would love to see what College Park is going to look like afterwards. I know I cuss y'all out every damn day. I know it, but I hope I do it in love. I hope that y'all hear that a lot of when I call stuff out, it's because of the foolishness that I see in it. And I could be wrong on occasions. You could say that you disagree with me. I had Anne Marie sit up there. She said, honey, I'm gonna have to take a break because I've been one motherfucker too many. Okay. I said, okay, take a break because, it is what it is. I've had, Dr. Sabrina, she came up to me, she said, Meech, I love you. She said, ooh, but honey. I said, I know, baby. I know it's strong. Okay. I know it's strong, but it has to be. In order because I need for the folks to get it and to understand it. Now it's going to come a time because I got folks coming up to me. My brother Mike could have. He said, "Meech, I need you in a better light, honey. Don't let them get up under your skin like that." And so my commitment is going to be that I may not have to use such strong language, so much. But at the same time of getting to that point, I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to call it as we see it. Because sitting up there saying, oh, this is just a travesty and this and that, sometimes those words just don't do it. It ain't enough. It don't hit hard enough. it don't hit hard enough. So when I'm trying to get your attention, hell yeah, when I say this is fuck shit, I need for you to understand the severity of what it is. Okay? Because it is. Because when it stops making sense, it stops making sense. Period. There's no way to justify it. There's no way to get around it. When it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Okay? So now we've got to make it make sense somewhere because we're still neighbors, baby. We are still neighbors. We are 4 wards. Now, I want to see the maps when we were more than 4 wards. I want to see how all this came about. I got some things in my head that I want to play out and I want to see, because we have got to be better than what we have allowed ourselves to let become a narrative. You understand? We have allowed certain things to become a narrative. I've got to get over my anger with some people. One of them is Ambrose Clay. I need to sit down with him and go face to face. I don't want to do it on a video. I want to go face to face with him because I'm disturbed with him. I am disturbed, and I need to hear his side of the coin. I need to hear his feelings and carry on so I could get into some kind of understanding. When I say make it make sense, hear me. Make it make sense does not mean make me agree with you. Make it make sense means let me hear where you are so I can see where you are. So we can be eye to eye. And I can say, I hear you, but I disagree and this, that, and the other. Because no, it doesn't mean that I have to agree. What it means is that we're in a spot where I got to see where you are in order to hear you and in order to accept what you're saying. Okay? So that I can formulate a thought that is based on what you say your truth is, and formulate it to where it is a conversation and a dialogue, and not some argumentative point of view, and not some tabloid fodder, and not some little video piece that we create a whole big old narrative that's going to get everybody having a us against them kind of mentality. Now again, this is a tightrope, baby. This is a complete tightrope, because why I told y'all this all the time. God don't like ugly and ain't too fond of pretty, but God is a God of balance. Everything is all about perfect balance. We got to balance this thing out. So I want y'all to meditate on that for a little minute. Meditate on that. I'm here at the donut factory. I'm finna go up in here, go make my donuts, honey. It is Thursday, which is my Friday. And I got to put my weekend together because we got a lot of stuff that I want to do. For those of y'all who are going to take the little goblins and things out for trick-or-treating and carrying on, honey, College Park, y'all should have enough candy. We done trunk-or-treated. We done this-or-treated, that-or-treated, and carrying on. If y'all still giving these kids candy and carrying on, I hope y'all got a dental plan something. Well, you see, I ain't got no damn teeth. Okay, y'all got a dental plan somewhere to get to the dentist? Make sure. Perhaps that's something we need to talk about, honey. Understand that Halloween time, honey, is a dentist-free time. They get all these damn cavities and stuff right about now, right? So child, bye. Listen, y'all be safe. Okay, you be safe out there. Because fools are everywhere. Fools are fucking everywhere, child. You gotta make sure these babies have a good time. If you don't celebrate it because of spiritual reasons or whatever, and you decide to do Angel Day or whatever you're gonna do, you know what? Oh wow, I didn't even say this yesterday. Usually the day before Halloween is called Devil's Night in Detroit. And I know that's a Midwest day because a lot of folks don't understand what that is. It's called Devil's Night. And usually that's the night where a lot of folks get out there and they go urchin and carrying on. You know, you got a lot of fires started. Folks go TPing folks' trees and carrying on, throwing tissue paper everywhere. They egg up your car and all that kind of jazz. We call that Devil's Night. And you know what? I did not say that at all yesterday. Okay. Which means I probably basically I forgot about it until now. And now I'm talking, because I'm thinking Angel's Night, because that's what we did at back home in Detroit. Instead of celebrating Devil's Night, we had Angel's Night, and the church would be open, and, you know, have the kids come in with their little costumes or whatever and bobbing for apples and all that kind of jazz to give them something productive to do. So, For those of y'all who are celebrating spiritually because you don't like the evilness and the gore and carrying on and of how this holiday is, because those of you who are very spiritual, y'all know, open up those spiritual portals to negativity and evil. That's real. Those of you who may not believe it just because y'all not spiritual beings, but those of us who are, that shit is real. You fuck around and don't know what you're doing, and you open up this spiritual portal and carrying on and wondering how come all this negative energy is around. That's because you doing some things you ain't got no business doing. Okay? So if that's the case, make sure you get these babies, honey, and show them the good side of all of this. You know, everything is in moderation. Moderation is the key. And all of that. So, all right, I'm on my soapbox. And, yeah. Okay, I'm getting hot in this car. Let me get the hell up out of here. Okay, although this is, if I had a cold, I would be sitting in here. So that way I can sweat, honey. But I'm good. I'm good. So, having said all that, again, meditate on it. What would it take for us to be neighborly again? Is the question. What would it take for us to be neighborly again, without being fake, without being pretentious, and without trying to sell something? I don't need you to recruit me into anything. Okay? I don't need for you to be a neighbor. I need for us to get to a point where I at least care about you enough to where if somebody broke in your house, I'm one who will call the police. Okay? I will come and give you an assistance to get your place back together. You understand? If something happened to you, I am one who would be genuinely concerned and would want to care. Okay? Because as I just said earlier, if I get to a point where if you on fire, I won't spit on you, that's a problem. That there is a problem. Okay? So how do we, now that this is the day after the court date, part one, now that we're here, how do we return to being neighborly? Y'all meditate on that. Put your answers down here in the comments and stuff, something we can do and carrying on. Yeah, and we'll do that. I got to get creative, y'all. I just bought some new oils and things so I could do my mixes. I'm finna make 2 brand new oils. I don't know what they're going to be called just yet, but I'm excited. So, ooh. Okay. So sensuality, that's the name of my fragrance line. Sensuality, because it's all about the tea. Okay. We'll get together. Let me go over here because I'm rambling now, John. I'm talking just to be talking. I gotta go. Bye.